Hello, CQ. CQ calling. CQ. CQ, the old friends net. This is N4LQ, November 4, Lima, Quebec. Name is Steve, QTH Shelby, North Carolina. The old friends net is an amplitude modulation net. We meet here every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. and on Sundays at 4 p.m. here on 3715 kilocycles. Anybody that can generate an AM signal is welcome to check in. We operate in the round table fashion. Make a list and we pass it around. This is N4LQ, listening for check-ins.
Good morning, Steve, WA4LLR.
K4GDN.
BOS. KN4R.
WB4ARK.
WB4NKL.
KF4DRN. W4MEC.
A beautiful and orderly check-in. Couldn't ask for anything better. Here is what I copied so far. First of all, WA4LLR, and then K4GDN, K3OS, KN4R, WB4ARK, WB4NKL, KF4DRN, W4MEC. Do we have any more check-ins? Call now. Pretty good-sized crew for a Tuesday morning. And it's cold. It's 26 here in Shelby. And I think it's supposed to reach about 42 degrees today. So we're having a cold wave. And I prefer the warm wave. Let's see, I'm running the DX100B crystal controls. I'm just a little high in frequency, and 75A4 receiver and the loop antenna. So let's get started. It goes to LLR first, and then GDN, OS, 4R, ARK, NKL, DRN, and then MEC. Go ahead, Dave, N4LQ.
All righty. N4LQ and the net, WA4LLR. Good morning to everybody. 16 degrees, a light dusting of snow. Still windy, but nothing like it was yesterday afternoon and last night. I'm amazed my antenna is still in the air. Running the RT13, receiving in the R390A, and everybody sounds really good. So hope everybody is doing well today and staying warm. I've got a funeral this afternoon at 2 o'clock is the graveside, and it's on top of a hill. And that's going to be less than warm. George, here it comes. How's the temperature at the beach? K4GDN, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, and the old French K4GDN. Well, here at the beach, it's clear and chilly. It was in the mid-30s when I got out here in the shack this morning. Of course, got the heater always going. We're running the Drake Fort Lee station this morning, driving the head-fed halfway. I guess we're tuned up for about 200 watts in the tube. Copying everybody well, band seems to be in good shape this morning. And I really like the weather. I much prefer this over 100 degrees and 100% humidity. Anyway, with that, we'll pass it on down to Gary. K3OS in the group, K4GDN.
All right, George, morning. K4GDN, K3OS in the group. About the same weather here in Hickory, but nice and clear. Bright sunshine. The only thing I see are holy Toledo. Got a bunch of Canadian geese out there floating around in the lake, but that's about it. Nothing much to report. At this moment, I think about the only thing I got for for Christmas was a lump of coal in my stocking. I don't know what that means. Somebody have to tell me. Brian, over to you. KN4R, K3OS.
Okay, Gary, K3OS, and Tuesday Old Friends, this is Brian, KN4R, Cheryl's Ford, where it's also bright and clear and calm now, and about 26 degrees here. I'm on the GRC9, hitting a little amplifier here, about 60 watts out. Everybody's sounding really good. George, you're very strong here today. A bit of QSB, but that's okay. I kind of like it. Sounds good. And let's see. Hey, very good. Thanks for the report from top of the hill there. Very interesting. And I hope the fuel goes okay and you don't get too cold. So over to you, buddy. WB4ARK in the group. KN4R.
KN4R, WB4ARK. Well, the temperature this morning was 24 at about 7 o'clock, and it has dropped to 22 now. I've seen that happen before. After sunrise or just at sunrise, the temperature will drop from the previous high of that day. It'll take a dive a couple of degrees, and so that's what happened this morning. It's sitting on 22 right now, so yesterday was fairly breezy, not too bad, but enough to get your attention in the afternoon. During the day, it was pretty nice. Got out and did some work yesterday morning up until about 2 o'clock. And I had to cut it off because we had to come back and get our ducks in a row to go get our flu shot, which we got. And so that took care of that yesterday. So with that, over to WB4NKL. This is WB4ARK.
WB4ARK, WB4NKL. Good morning to everybody. I'm in the basement shack on the Collins 32 V3 75A4 receiver. And like I say, good copy on everybody. I don't know how well this Collins is radiating. I'm going through an antenna, 50-kit antenna tuner to resonate a dipole, coax-fed dipole that's cut for $38.85. But the tuner's making the rig happy. I don't know how much power is coming out the other end, but it is what it is. Let's see, 30 or 22 degrees here. Supposed to warm up into the low 30s. Yesterday was one of those days it kept getting colder as the day went on. It started out pretty nice and kept dropping. But maybe I think it's supposed to moderate here over the next 2 or 3 days back into the 50s, or maybe by the weekend. So send it on down to Newmarket. Go ahead, Greg. KF4DRN. That's WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, KF4DRN. Good morning, everyone. 24 degrees here in Newmarket. And Cliff, you got a good strong signal, 60 dB on this R388, so you're radiating real good, I think. I had a little bit of trouble here in GGN, a little bit weak on me. Of course, I'm probably a lot further away. And anyway, everybody else sounding good this morning, and glad to be in here. I'll pass it on around to Charlie. Here it comes, W4MEC, KF4DRN. Okay, Greg, KF4DRN and the group W4MEC. All right. And good morning to everybody. Everybody's coming in here fine this morning. And we got about 21 degrees here. 20 to 21. All my thermometers are within 1 degree here today. And we got a blue sky with a big stripe of white clouds here. I don't know if it's a contrail that expanded to fill the sky or what, but it's a long, skinny, broad cloud, might be. So they're over the house spraying again, I guess. I did not. I got sidetracked for a moment. I'm wondering if George K4GDN is going to make it to the lunch this week. If he said that, I missed it. I got some stuff for you, and you said that you thought you were going to make it. So let's see what else. Brian, you sent that link to that ILS receiver. I don't have one of those, but I used one for 32 years. It's a portable receiver. It's 3 channels and usually set up for whatever's on the airport, and up to 3 different runways with 3 different ILSs. And you get out there and measure the angle of the localizer left and right, and we used to check the approach angle from the glide slope. There was an antenna in the near field with a aluminum pole that you raised up and the antenna affixed to it, and then you pulled it up with a rope, and you pulled that thing through the beam there and measured it on the meter. They quit doing that for some reason, but they're still using a version of that, if not the same one, down in Greer or Nashville. So that's what that is. But I got to looking at some of the other stuff that was on there. It was intriguing. If anybody needs TU-47s for their BC-610, there's several of them on there from $23 to $34. And I saw a couple nice receivers on there that looked interesting. There's an ARC 105, which is I think is a 400-watt HF radio, 2 to 30 megahertz, but you need a tuning box, and it's missing the power supply, so that's a biggie. I think it's missing the ATU too, also because the tuning shaft, it's mechanically tuned, and it's got a tuning shaft through the central, down the middle chassis, and there's modules plugged on either side of it, and it's missing the tuning unit, the power supply, I believe, and that's not good. So you got to get 400 watts out of that thing easy. Anyway. But otherwise, a lot of interesting stuff there that I wouldn't mind having, but I don't need, and my willpower is strong. So back to you. Let's see. I got a question. On Sunday, when I closed the net, did I actually make a transmission in 4LQ in the group W4MEC?
Blake, KZ4B.
Yeah, you made a transmission. You did fine. KZ4B, we are adding you to the list here. You'll come after Charlie, and I'll let you have it here just a second. Let's see if anybody else want to join. N4LQ.
Kilowatt Echo 4 Whiskey X-ray. Analyst Mike, over.
All right. I got Whiskey X-ray Mike. I didn't get the first part of the call sign.
Kilowatt Echo 4 Whiskey X-ray, over.
All righty. KE4 Whiskey X-ray, the weatherman. All right, Mike, we got you here. Anybody else? All right, let's do this. The last one on the list was W4MEC, and then we're going to turn it to KZ4B, and then he will turn it to KE4WX, who will turn it back to me, N4LQ. So, John, KZ4B, take it away.
Okay there, Steve. Thanks for letting me in. Let's see, KE4, and then I didn't write fast enough to get the rest of it for Mike. But I was about to oversleep the net, and with these short days, if the sun's not up and bright, then I don't feel like I should have to get up. But that's another story. And Brian, glad to hear you in here. Let me know if you're going to go to the luncheon on Thursday. I would love to join you if you are, and I will make other arrangements if you want. So I won't keep it long. Mike, I didn't get this. Well, you'll ID, so take it away. I have KE4 ? Over.
Turning it over to me. This is Kilowatt Echo 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Handle is Mike, and I'm located in Hancock County, Tennessee. Temperature here is about 21 degrees. It's dropped a little bit since daybreak came up. And I think we're supposed to get moderation into the 30s. I'm running a TS440 here to a half-wave dipole up about 40 feet. And that's about it. You might comment on my audio, over.
All right, KE4WX. This is N4LQ. Yeah, well, Mike, your audio is fine on the TS440, and we are definitely glad to have you. And we meet here next time. It'll be Thursday at this time, so you're welcome to join. There's nothing you have to do, just show up. We've got a luncheon coming up in Spartanburg at the Golden Corral at lunchtime, 11:30, something like that. Golden Corral, Spartanburg, this Thursday. And everybody's welcome to just show up and get in line. We usually meet in the meeting room there, and be a good time to probably a long drive from Sneedville, Tennessee is what I see here on QRZ. Let's see, what else did we have? Anything that anybody wants to bring Thursday for the luncheon, be sure to let us know ahead of time what it might be. And if you got something to sell, or if you got something you want, we got junk laying around here. We'd be glad to help you out and swap or trade or sell or whatever. I've got the SX100, which I bought from Charlie. It was a package deal. Came with the DX100, and I don't really need the SX100. It actually looks really nice. The only flaw is a little chip in the knob, and you never know the difference if you don't look at it. So if anybody's got the main tuning knob, I'd like to have it and replace it, but I'll bring that if anybody is interested, and we can trade. Any kind of trade would be interesting. And let's see, we need to know if Brian and, of course, John is depending on Brian for transportation unless otherwise notified. So if you guys are coming here, we can ride down there and have a good time at the luncheon. And Gary, K3OS, got to find out about you too. And glad you've got plenty of company there in the way of geese and I know they smell good, don't they? So, Dave, okay, on the funeral that you have to conduct on the hill, you probably don't want to make an old buzzard transmission from up there. So, yeah, you dress warm is all I can say. And let's see, your Cliff, your basement 32V3 sounding really good here, good and strong. No problem at all with coax loss, and it's probably no more than a couple of dBs, and I doubt if I could even see the difference. So with that, let's go around again. WA4LLR, N4LQ.
All right. N4LQ on the group. WA4LLR. Let's see here. The DX100V sounds great. I'm fighting off the urge to buy the Hallicrafter, the SX100. I've always liked the look of that rig. Back in the early days, I had an SX99, and I always thought that kind of diamond plate front panel on the 100 was awfully pretty. It's kind of like Charlie said, all those rigs that I see and I don't need. I don't know how strong my willpower is. Anyway, good morning to you, George. Drake's making the trip, and Gary, you said you had quite a flock of the Canadian honkers down there. Let's see, Brian, the GRC9 is strong up here today. Good morning to you, buddy. Kind of chilly down your way. And Cliff sounded good from the basement. Greg the Harvey's doing a good job this morning. You've got that radio sounding really good. Good morning, Charlie. And good morning, John and Mike. I apologize. I must have punched you in wrong on QRZ on the earlier net. I was calling you Russell. So, sorry about that. But I've got it straight down now. Mike in Hancock near Sneedville, Tennessee. Okay, real good on everybody. Well, let's see. Space weather. It's perking up a little bit. Sunspot number's 138. Solar flux index is 198. And the K is 1.67, so pretty stable, but they're predicting a minor geomagnetic storm on the 1st if we get a glancing blow from a CME that got launched. We'll just have to wait and see. A few items from this day in history. On this day in 1986, the British government announced that electronic sensors would begin to replace canaries as early warning detectors of carbon monoxide in coal mines. On this day in 1975, Tiger Woods was born. He was the first player to win consecutively golf's 4 major tournaments: the Masters, the U.S. Open, the British Open, and the PGA. On this day in 1922, the USSR was established, which collapsed in 1991. On this day in 1902, Robert Scott and Ernest Shackleton set a new record for reaching the farthest point south on the Ross Ice Shelf in Antarctica. And let's see, on this day in 1853, the United States acquired nearly 30,000 square miles of northern Mexican territory with the Gadsden Purchase. So, that's enough from this day in history. George, back down to you, K4GDN, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, the old Reds, K4GDN. And I'm copying everybody fairly well with the exception of Greg and Mike. I've got some QSV on everyone here, but it's getting close to Greg and some Mike. So it's not too bad. And as mentioned before, I'm running Drake's 4B station. And getting about, looks like I'm kicking up maybe a little over 200 watts on the L4B on the peaks, obviously controlled carrier. And I won't be able to make it to the meeting on Thursday. And Charlie, if you would just hold to the stuff you've got for me, that'll be fine. Hopefully, I'm going to get up there sometime either February or March. We're still looking at houses up there. We've got one that we are particularly interested in, but we would like to We would like to come up to look at more than one at one time. Anyway, that's what the situation is here. Not looking forward to moving, but not looking forward to staying down here in the third world either. Really don't care for this place. Much prefer the upstate. Like I say, everybody's coming in here fairly well this morning, with the exception of, let's see here, Greg and Mike, and like I said, a little bit of QSB on the band. So with that, we'll pass it on to Gary. K3OS and the old friends, K4GDN.
K4GDN, K3OS. Okay, a little QSB on you, George, all of a sudden. First transmission was really good. Picked up a little, just a little fading there. Good morning to everybody again. Steve, yeah, I'm going to go, and I'll see you Thursday morning at the usual time. Kind of looking forward to that. Yeah, as far as the geese go, I don't know. The good news is they're not on land, they're in the water. I'm looking at them, but that's that's about it. I forgot to mention I'm running the my usual Gonset twins here, barefoot, around, let's see, what's the watt meter say here, about somewhere around 40, 45 watts output into the 200-foot long inverted V that I normally run. So that's the run up here. Everybody's doing a really nice job. For whatever reason, my noise level dropped this morning about, looks like about 3/4 units. So somebody turned something off here in my neighborhood, which is a welcome relief. Either that or one of the tubes in the receiver has gone bad, but it sure sounds good. KN4R, go ahead, Brian. If you're coming, I'm looking forward to seeing you. KN4R, K3OS.
Okay, Gary, very good. K3OS and the old friends, Brian, KN4R. Back, still on the GRC9. Very good on all, copying everybody just fine. And hello to Mike over in, near Sneedville, Tennessee. That's terrific. And also Greg up, I think, Newmarket, Virginia. So Greg's DX here this morning. And let's see, Dave, thanks for all the information on the space weather and the upcoming CMA and this day in history. And as far as the SX100 goes, I think you should get it. I mean, we're not in the want situation anymore, or the need situation anymore. It's more like a want. So, you know, I hope you decide to take that home. I'm sure you can find a place for it. Let's see, as far as the luncheon, yes, I just checked with the wife and don't have anything going on Thursday. So if Steve's got room, I will meet him over there. And John, so just come on by at 9-ish or so, and then we'll head to Steve's. And look forward to seeing everybody, including you, Gary. And I hope your move plans to California have fallen through. We don't need you moving away. Let's see, I'm just scanning. Charlie, very good on the ILS receiver and all the other stuff the guy has, and very interesting. Let's see, I've been working on a couple of articles for the Antique Wireless Association, but I haven't been very motivated. We've got a couple of, we're dog sitting, grand dogs, two big full-size Dachshunds, which are really hard to pick up because they're so big and heavy, for my daughter. Two of our kids are down in Florida right now, and then another of our kids getting ready to go to the Bahamas, so we're going to have their daughters for at least a week. So it's everybody else is traveling, but not us right now. We also, besides the dogs, we have a lizard named King Bob, who likes to eat Dubai roaches and blue worms. So how about that? And we're looking for a pair of miniature Dachshunds, but we haven't found them. We haven't found them yet. So anyway, sorry for the long discussion, but look forward to seeing everybody on Thursday. So back over. Oh, and Mike, your TS440 sounds great. I've got one here. The first time I tried it, things didn't go so well, so I'm not sure if I had the speech processor on or what, but I'll get back to it soon. So back over to you, buddy. WB4ARK in the group. KN4R.
KN4R, WB4ARK. Okay, Brian, very good on everything, especially the lizard. I got the worms diet, but I didn't get the other part. We're using the ART-13 today, receiving on the R390A, And Mike, I'm located in Lake Wiley, South Carolina, which is just south of Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's see here. Well, it looks like everybody's plate is getting full. I think you should get that 100, Dave. Might be one that I restored. If it is, it's got a lot of capacitors, and well, it's been fully restored and aligned some time back. But I had 2 of them and sold both of them. Not sure where this one's coming from. So anyhow, I don't remember who actually got mine. I've got it written down somewhere, but anyhow. Okay, not much going on here as far as repair. Doing some research work on our track circuit on our railroad. And aside from that, I don't have anything else to say right this minute. So over to Cliff, WB4NKL, WB4ARK.
WB4ARK, WB4NKL. Hey, buddy, I was wondering if that SX100 was the one that I had. I had an extra one I took, and I think Charlie got it. And Steve done some trading with Charlie, so that we might get Charlie to straighten that out. I don't know if that's the one maybe that I had a while back. Mike, you got the 440 sounding good. You was so distorted there on the other net when you first come in. I didn't recognize who you were, but I finally figured it out when I put the call with the name, and good to have you on here. You have to dig out some of the boat anchor equipment and fire it up. And looking forward to the Hamfest season. That's where I usually run into you. I'll stick around to the end. I got the guy from the power company supposed to come and get the fiber run on into the house today, so I might be on high-speed internet after a while. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. So I've got to come up with a plan. But I've got a plan for him if he wants to follow it to get it into the house. So go ahead. Let's see. Go ahead, Greg. KF4DRN, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, KF4DRN. Anyway, yeah, Mike, you're sounding better over here since you got your rig adjusted and everything. I'm on Harvey Wells course and used the Globe VFO V10 model and put in about 25 watts, the way it looks here. But that's a station, and it's listening on the R388. So anyway, I'm on some boat anchor stuff this morning, and it's kind of fun. BFO's real easy to touch up, you know, and zero in, zero beat it, no problem at all. And I'm enjoying having the BFO so I can go down here with you guys. And anyway, it makes it real convenient. I loaded it up on Portsmouth a few days ago, and I talked to a guy from Wisconsin on 25 watts with the Harvey Wells, so I was really thrilled. I'll pass it on around. Here it comes, Charlie, W4MEC, KF4DRN.
Okay, we're going to KF4DRN, the old friends, W4MEC. Yeah, man. We're running the Heathkit tribes this morning in a nice warm house instead of the ARC 13 in a nice freezing cold garage.
shop out there, so I thought about it, but then I said, no, I'm going to stay here. But anyway, everybody's sounding good this morning. And okay, George, I'll hold off on that, but I'll send you the cash. I was going to hand that. I'll send you a check here and give you some spending money there, and I'll hold on to those tubes until you make it. So let's see. I was going to make a go. When I first came out here, I fired up the rig this morning. I always check the SWR with the Apache in tune position, which puts out about 25-30 watts. And I had a pretty high SWR, and I said, uh-oh, because I was thinking, even though I could hear okay, and I was hearing my electric fence snap and some other stuff, I said, well, my antenna must be up. But then I went back and I threw it to full power and keyed it again. The SWR was normal, so I don't know if I had a bug in there and it got smoked or what, but at 30 watts he lived, at 100 watts he didn't, so, or there was just water or something in there, I don't know. But it's back to normal, so that's good news, and it means the antenna's still up. You talk about a funeral on a hill there. Dave, my brother-in-law, who passed away over 20 years ago, was buried down in Bat Cave, and he's on a hill behind the church. The old cemetery's on a hill, and my sister-in-law, and she hadn't been there in quite a while because she moved away, but she had a specially made bench. And it's very nice. It's been painted and varnished or whatever. Just she had it made, somebody in the church made it for her. And one side is longer than the other, so that she could set that thing on the ground and visit her husband, or pull up weeds or whatever she wanted to do. Because that's how bad the pitch of the ground is there. She, in order to sit level, she had this lopsided bench that leans over when it's sitting in the storage, but when you take it to the hill, it's dead flat. So maybe some of those cemeteries like that could go into business. So over to John, KZ4B in the group, W4MEC.
Okay, Charlie, you're booming in. And let's see, Brian, I will be there around 9-ish if that suits you. And there's a lot of selective fading on your signal plus others, which of course is strictly band conditions. I just hope you're not suffering on that from me, because we're so close. Apparently the ground wave is fighting the sky wave. Shifting gear, let's see, Gary, I don't know how many geese you have there, but my next door neighbor opposite on the other side of my house from the guy with the solar panels has about 50 geese that show up twice a day because he feeds them deer corn. And they start out in front of the house with the solar panels and then traipse across my yard to get over to the feed ground on the opposite side. And they're just traveling on my yard. So I have a pretty good stand of grass. But where the feed ground is, on the side opposite the solar panels, there's very little grass in the backyard because that's where they mostly hang out and of course do other things. That's where the goose poop comes in. So we are overrun here with geese, and I don't appreciate that. Fortunately, they stay off my pier, because the worst thing is they get up on your pier and crap. But for some reason, my pier is not popular. And
you can't imagine how happy that makes me. But my neighbors are not always so lucky. Let's see, what else was I going to comment on? Mike, good signal, sounds fine. And I'm not having the selective fading problem on you, at least so far. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I had any questions, and I don't. I did want to mention that I got scammed. Steve ordered a 10,000 lumen flashlight for me that's fantastic, and it is super bright, super well made, great price, can't beat it with a stick. So I was attempting to duplicate that, and online was a flashlight that looked identical to what Steve ordered, but from a different source. And they said that if you ordered one flashlight, they give you another one for free, and it was like $20. And I had bought a spare battery for mine at Lawrenceville, and of course it didn't make it home because we had to change vehicles several times. We were riding with Robert Young, and he bought $5,000 worth of packing material, and it took a perfectly good trip and ruined it because he couldn't handle that much cargo. And Robert's a good guy, and he's smart as a whip, but he missed the mark there, so we couldn't buy much at Lawrenceville because there was no room for our stuff because of all his packing material. But anyway, back to the story. So I lost my spare battery, which is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Nice big, it's about 1 inch in diameter and 4 inches long. And somewhere in his van, or maybe even on the ground, since we had to unpack and repack, and it was a nightmare. But anyway, so I was going to get 2 or 3, depending on how honest they were, flashlights for the batteries. Well, the flashlights didn't come until yesterday, and they looked identical to the Jay Park flashlights. That's the real thing. Remember that. But they didn't have a name on them, and they were all plastic rather than aluminum, like the nice flashlight that Steve ordered. And the battery was sealed inside. You could not screw the bottom off and change the battery. So it's a throwaway. And they advertised it as the brightest flashlight out there. Well, that was a lie. It might be 1,000 lumens, which isn't bad for a plastic throwaway flashlight, but it's no J Park flashlight. And anyway, when I'm ordering it, the offer for a free second flashlight is nowhere to be found. But they said, oh, you can buy another one for half price. Well, if it's a J Park, it's still a great bargain. So I ordered 2. And so I'm out $30 for 2 throwaway flashlights. And as soon as I got the package, I thought, uh-oh, because it was super light since everything's plastic and the battery must be about the size of one AAA battery. But I don't know without hacksawing into it because it's all sealed up. So they got me. And of course, when you're dealing with these folks online, I called up. They had a number, said if you have any questions, call this number. So I called the number, and I had to sit through a 30-minute ad for all kinds of unflashlight-related crap. And finally, somebody came on that could barely speak English, and then they said, if you can't understand me, call this number. So I called that number, and it was the same old deal, more ads. So I got snookered. And so the point of all this is that if somebody's advertising a super bright flashlight that is not a J Park, you do not want it. So I'll get off my stump. It goes to, let's see, I got in here and I think it goes to, let's see, Dave, WA4LLR, and if I screwed it up, straighten me out.
What on earth goes to Mike, KE4WX?
Roger, this is KE4WX. Nothing really much to report here. I got to get outside and feed some livestock. Y'all have a great day. KE4WX clear.
All right, Mike. Appreciate you coming by. Be sure to check in anytime. This is N4LQ. Any really late stations?
WA4EVK, the sleepyhead.
Oh, boy. Go ahead, Boone.
Oh, not too much. Actually, I had a doctor's appointment this morning. I got late getting up, sitting here listening to you guys. Fading seems to be going away a little bit. Not much else. It's going to be a one and gone. I've got the old doctor's appointment, and I wanted to see if check with Charlie on the evening deal this evening, whether the other meeting he has is going to be on. That's it with me. Back to you, Steve, WA4EVK.
And you coming to the luncheon?
Roger that. I think my young bride might come also.
All right. WA4EVK. Yeah, Charlie, I hope you copied that. You want to go ahead and answer him?
Yeah, Boone, I'll be there tonight, 8 o'clock.
There you go. Okay. N4LQ and the old friends net. Having some good conversations. Let's see, Cliff, if you think, are you coming to the luncheon? And if you are, can you bring the 1625s?
I'm not sure at this point, Steve, but I will bring them if I do make it.
All right, we hope you can make it. And let's see, you know, what I'm thinking about doing is having one of our net sessions for the cheapest AM station, and we'll have a door prize or something. Whoever can come up with the cheapest one, and I'm talking about the new price when they were new. You know, I'm thinking of something like a DX35 or something really cheap, and a cheap receiver, cheap transmitter, cheap. I think that'd be kind of fun. Let's see here. Speaking of getting ripped off yesterday, my wife got an ad by email for DoorDash, half off it said, 50% discount. So she went for it, and yesterday she ordered lunch from Zaxby's. Normally we pay about $21 for the lunch, and we were expecting about $12 charge. Well, as soon as she got done placing the order, we got charged $40. I saw it come through on my Visa receipt real quick. Bing, $40. I said, cancel that thing, and she spent the next hour trying to cancel it, and I ended up on the phone with some end in, and I think we're going to get a refund. But just one rip off after another out there. Sorry about your flashlight. I tried to warn people that you got to stick with that one brand, and I think Charlie's having a problem with his off-on switch on the flashlight. Mine's still working okay. It'll run the battery down eventually. I don't know how long the battery lasts. If I go outside for 10 minutes, it'll drop down to, in the 80 percentile range. So I suspect it'll go for half hour, 45 minutes or something. But boy, is it bright. Dave, the SX100 is ready for you, and I wouldn't pass this up. It sounds like it's got good heritage, and I've had it here on the net. It works fine, and all the bands work good for AM, and it's just flat pretty. I think it's probably the prettiest receiver that anybody ever made with that. I don't know what you call it, hammered look or whatever, and the cabinet on it is perfect. Somebody's refinished it very nicely. So we'll see Brian and Gary and John here. I guess all three of you are coming about 10 o'clock or so Thursday. And good luck, Brian, on finding the dachshund, the miniature dachshund you're looking for. I don't have one, or I would bring it. And okay on the lizard. I'm not sure. I think a lizard would be good to have around. It's eating your roaches. That's always good. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and pass it around one more time. We got a time for a good 73 round. WA4LLR, N4LQ.
Okay. N4LQ and the net, WA4LLR. Good turnout this morning for a weekday net. 7:30 to Mike, if he happens to be listening, he had to go feed the animals. Good morning to you, Boone. Sounded loud and strong. And Greg, the audio on Harvey Wells is just beautiful, I think. And Brian, good deal on the grand dogs and the grand lizard. Oh me, let's see. I did some propane work for some family that had what do they call those things? Bearded dragons. Two of them. One of them was real docile, and the other one would like to take a snap at you. Anyway, yeah, that was fun. Well, I certainly appreciate everybody's encouragement to pick up that receiver. Oh man, I agree with you. That particular model was an attractive radio. We shall see. Anyway, Lord willing, right now we're planning on showing up in Sparkle City. I better get out of here and get the day started. Get ready for all the stuff that's coming up. So, thanks for calling, Steve. 73. God bless everybody. Have a great day. Stay warm, and Lord willing, we'll catch up with you on Thursday. George, if you can still hear me, I think you're still in there. K4GDN, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, the old Fritz, K4GDN. And speaking of the SX100, that's what I have with my helicopter station here. I prefer to have general coverage receivers when I can get them. I would have liked to have got an SX122, but I haven't been able to locate one. And the only other thing for the helicopter station, I wouldn't mind getting one of the HT45 linears and the power supply that goes along with it. It's not so heavy. I think they said it only weighs about 30 pounds for the linear by itself without the power supply. That's my kind of rig. That's why I like the Drake L4B. The power supply is separate. It's easy to work on and it's not that heavy. Appreciate you calling the net this morning, Steve. Sorry I'm going to miss the luncheon on Thursday. And Charlie, hopefully we'll get up there sometime. We'll get the stuff from you. But just hang on. So with that, we'll pass it on to Gary. K3OS in the group, K4GD at 73, guys.
All right, George, just about kind of faded into oblivion here, so I'll say 73s to everybody and look forward to seeing you on Thursday. KN4R, go ahead, Brian. K3OS.
Okay, Gary. Very good. K3OS in the group. KN4R. Well, I've enjoyed it this morning. Great signals all around. Bit of QSB, but that's always a lot of fun. So, look forward to seeing everybody at the luncheon. And everybody have a great day, hopefully indoors, except for Dave up on top of the mountain. So, WB4ARK in the group. KN4R. 73s.
KN4R, WB4ARK. All right, Steve. Everybody have a great upcoming week and stay warm. So we'll say 73 at this point and send it on to Cliff. WB4 and oh, thanks for calling the net, Steve. So WB4NKL, WB4ARK.
Yeah, WB4ARK, WB4NKL. We have 73s, and yeah, thanks for calling it, Steve. And like I say, I'll bring the 1625s if I do make it. I hadn't made that decision yet. And Charlie, I was going to ask again, what was the heritage on that SX100? I don't know if that's the one you got from me, or maybe you got it from Buddy, or somewhere else. 73s, enjoyed it. WB4, let's see, it goes to Greg. KF4DRN, it's WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, KF4DRN. Okay, interesting on the flashlights. I've got a couple of Kodiak flashlights. They're metal, heavy duty, waterproof, real glass lenses on them. One of them's Kodiak Colossus, I think is the name of it. That thing is really bright. And another Kodiak that's not quite as bright, but it's kind of a slender one, but rechargeable, and USB port on them too, where you can actually charge up the phone or something with them. Anyway, I want to throw a comment in there. Good being here, and thanks for running the net, Steve, and I'll say 7-3 as well. W4MEC, KF4DRN, 7-3 everyone.
All right, Greg, KF4DRN in the group, W4MC. First off, SX100. Well, I've only owned one, so if you sold me one, it came from you. If you can remember, if the one you sold me had the extra tube in it, then it came from you. And it has an extra tube for a product detector, that's what it was, and which is still in there but disconnected, and it's hooked up original now, just like the schematic. So, but the product detector is still in there. But if that was it, yeah, I got it from you. But it's the only one I've owned that I can remember. So, cheapest station. I don't know. I was going to say I was winning because mine was free and I found it all, but you said original price, so free was not the Heathkit original price. So I'll have to think about that. What else? The flashlight. Well, I don't know what the thing is. You know, I played with it a little while ago, and it came on every time. And what I did different, though, a lot of times I would take it and I would hold the button down to turn it on, like you do to turn it off. You know, you don't have to go through the different settings, the high, low, flashy, or sending SOS. You can just hold the button down, and it'll turn off. But this morning I tried it. Instead of holding the button down, I just tapped the button, and it came on immediately. So it's probably just operator error on that one. But it's been a good flashlight, that's for sure. So thanks for, well, I'm not running that, so thanks for Steve for running the net today, and we'll see everybody on Thursday, and I hope you have a good rest of the day, and hope y'all warm up a little bit. 7-3 all. Let's see, KZ4 Bravo in the group, W4 MEC.
Okay, W4 MEC in the group, KZ4B, fine business there, Charlie. Couple of things. I would be interested in the receiver, the SX100, if Dave decides he doesn't want it, and if it does not have the product detector. If it has the product detector, I like box stock stuff, but if it's got that, I'll probably pass. And also, just in case Charlie doesn't make it, Steve, I think I've got some 1625s. I'll check them, make sure they're good, and bring them just in case. And you can have them anyway, so you'll have more than you had planned on, and you won't run out of modulator tubes anytime soon. So I'll try to get that together before Thursday and bring them. So thanks for calling the net, and look forward to seeing everybody on Thursday via my rendezvous with Brian. So stay healthy, Brian, and I'll try to do the same. So this time it goes to Mike. I apologize. I thought that he was going to put you somewhere else in the list, and I got it wrong. KE4 Whiskey X-Ray. Take it away, Mike. KZ4B, over.
Okay, he checked out. This is N4LQ. Well, okay, John. Apparently Dave is still trying to decide. I'll wait. And you know, we've got till Thursday. If I don't hear anything, it's yours. And I didn't notice the product detector apparently is not in there. It's Charlie said it was bypassed. So I would say it's to me it worked great. Worked great on all the modes. So let's see. I think that is about it. Oh, I tried the flashlight, Charlie. Yeah, if you hold the button down when you try to turn it on, it won't come on. So that's the problem. You just tap it and it comes right on. Okay. Well, I guess that's about it, folks. See you Thursday morning, same time, same channel, and get ready for lunch. This is N4LQ, closing the net.